Today we talked to Devin, our first student to go through our aerobatic training, our new add-on to our ZTA program. We got to talk to him a little bit about what it was like going through this aerobatic training add-on, and we got to hear a bit from Patrick about the program. If you're interested in learning more, stay tuned.
My name is Devin Carmen. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Oahu, Hawaii. I started flying in June 23, got my private in 2.5 months, and then my instrument took a little bit longer. I was only flying once a week, kind of lost the motivation. Yeah, that was kind of the motivation to come to thrust flight. There's too many distractions in Hawaii, you know, beach, hiking, surf, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But I wanted to put my head down, and it's a perfect school to do that.
Is aerobatic flying something that you've always been interested in? And is that
Actually, no, not really. But when I did my first spin fly with him, I was like, that's the most fun I've ever had flying. And that kind of started the whole interest in me flying aerobatics. And honestly, it's not been a disappointment.
This is the aerobatic training. So we unfortunately have not taken delivery of our Super Decathlon yet. That's going to happen early March. So what will happen is kind of more of a progression, is we're going to start individuals in the decathlon. They'll graduate to the game bird, so it's a little bit less of a big jump at first. You go from like an Archer into such a high performance aircraft. So it's going to be a nice step. Unfortunately, we don't have that airplane, and Devin's got to go back to Hawaii, so I agreed to do all the training in this airplane for him. So we're excited to just kind of see how this goes and get him across the finish line. So I think the biggest motivation to do this is the same motivation that I've had since I started this company. I want to make the very best pilots. The way to make the very best pilots is to do this sort of training. This is the icing on the cake as far as I'm concerned. To train a pilot, and for that pilot to never be upside down, to never be in an unusual attitude, or do kind of minimal spin training, is not going to prepare them for every single situation. This does that. This is going to make the very best pilots we can. And we want to demonstrate that to the world. We want to do that with this aerobatic team that we formed, and we want to go out and demonstrate the quality of pilots that we are making here at Thrust Flight. We want to make everybody aware of the type of people that we turn out of this program. So we're super excited. Devin and I are going to go out and we're going to work on a bunch of landings. So we're working on Devin's both his high performance endorsement and his tail dragger endorsement. So this is a pretty intense airplane to try and get a tailwheel endorsement in, especially like this is the very first time, or the very first tailwheel aircraft that he's flown, so he doesn't know anything different. And so far he's done a great job, and I think probably after maybe 2 more lessons, we're gonna get him endorsed in this airplane to get him a tail dragger endorsement as well as his high performance endorsement. So the other thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna run through the IAC primary card with him. So we're gonna go up and practice what would be the very first time that he would compete. So which involves some spins, some loops, some rolls, some other basic aerobatics. And I'm really glad that Devin is doing this, and he's a really fantastic stick and is doing a great job making my job really, really easy, makes me look really, really good. So we're excited to work with him and get him to where he wants to go and hopefully competing.
Oh yeah, it's the goal. I can't really put it into words, especially when I'm like so amped up on adrenaline right now. But like the landing, we just focused on landings for the most part. Significantly improved from first flight. We just ran through a couple maneuvers, did my sequence, my primary power sequence. Got that on the GoPro, I'm stoked to see that. You know, once we're done with this, maybe audition for the aerobatic team and maybe compete across the nation. Dude, it's awesome. I'm so stoked.